I feel awesome, sensational, phenomenal all at once that I have you here, Mr. Ray. Go ahead and introduce yourself and let us know exactly who you are and what is it that you're passionate about.
So my name is Reynet, and I'm the founder of Farlook Studios. And what that is just I'm trying to make a Hollywood here in Florida. I'm trying to make my dreams come true of being an animator, making movies, making cartoons and comics. And I think that it's brilliant to be able to be on a show like this, to be able to talk about it. My passion's really is just kind of inspiring the next generation to keep following their dreams no matter what.
Got it. So first and foremost, we already kind of spoke about something and got here on something. Mr. Ray, you're not trying. What I just walked into the room and witnessed you changing lives literally with teaching art. Okay. What does the moment of your lesson actualizing in front of you and a student getting it, what is that? What does that feel like?
To me, that is what true success is. To me, it is like the most fulfilling thing to be able to have a young, inspired kid and their parents point to me like, look, he did it. You can do it too, right? And then they just show me their drawings and stuff. And then even recently with Sophia, the girl we was just teaching and stuff, and Josiah, all the kids in the classroom that we were able to like inspire, it was brilliant to see how they took the message to heart of like, man, all of these rejections, all of these artists that had all of these, people turn them down, weren't at all deterred from it. Like they still decided to show up every day and still try their hardest because really that's all there is. And to hear them echo that same message from learning it from me, it's an insane feeling. Yeah,
exactly. It's awesome, sensational, phenomenal, all at once. I did hear Sophia, reiterate that, hey, rejection. She talked about that. How have you dealt with rejection in your life? And we were just talking about AI and stuff, and people are getting a blockage up from that. What has rejection looked like for you in your life, and what tools did you use to overcome it?
Yeah, so great question. I think that personally, the rejections have always been my teachers telling me, hey, these drawings are not going to get you anywhere. You're not going to get any money doing this stuff. And just constantly, every time I email and try to submit my own artwork, my own portfolios to the big industries, right? I always wanted to work for Disney, work for Pixar, but they don't really have a system like that. I always get the emails rejection, all the rejection emails turned back to me. I'm not ever able to possibly like step through that world. Hollywood's so far away. My family has like financial limitations, everything, all the roadblocks that are there. I think God put them there for a reason. I think everything that's in front of us, everything that's on the path, it all happens because it's intended, right? It wouldn't be worthwhile if everyone got it easily. You know what I mean? I think the fact that it's difficult makes it a triumph story. I think, because Walt Disney, he was homeless eating out of cold beans out of a can, bankrupt at 21 years old in his first studio. No one thought little cartoons were going to get him paid. His family turned on him. But look at his empire now. His name, it means the American dream. His name represents that magic. And I think we've kind of lost, like you were saying, like the world's changing with AI and stuff. I think we've kind of lost a little bit of that passion, a little bit of that motivation to keep going. I think America's perseverance is kind of deteriorating, sadly. And I think that we're able to do that, inspiring the next generation, teaching them like, hey, your dreams are valid. You can do anything you set your mind to. You just have to be disciplined and work for those. Like truly, at the end of the day, that's all that really matters. Yeah.
Let's go. So, and we understand, yes, you did make a very valid point. You said that, if everything went right. So let's calculate that. Let's think about that. If everything went right, just make right turns, everything went right, we would be in like an infinite circle of nothing, right? But if everything went right, if something went right, then it went left, then it went right, then it went left, then it went left again, then it went right. Now it's what? It's a journey. And that's exactly what it is. So and I've came up with this perspective that it's amazing when there is no destination. It's not a journey that has a destination, but when the destination is the journey. All right. So where are you on your journey? And what was one of the pivotal turning points in your journey that made you have the confidence to want to say, hey, I got to bring this to the world? What was that fueling under fire? Like, man, I got it. I was waiting for this. Like, explain that.
Right. So I think that genuinely throughout all the trials and tribulations of life, right, all the rejection I received, the all the people that just didn't believe in me and turned away, all of the people in my life who just really weren't believing in any of the things I was producing, and any of the turning point truly was when I was able to get up from my entire school going bankrupt, my art university gone, all of the friends and people and coworkers that I had met were completely gone. Entire infrastructure's vanished. There's nothing else, right? Sometimes the world just kind of pulls the rug from under you, and you just have to keep going. I was going to present my artwork for the classes. I was going to present it and stuff, and now there was no one to present it to. But I decided, hey, this all happened for a reason. There's a lesson in this, so let's at least make the book for me. So I was able to achieve that and self-publish it. My whole time of being a little kid and drawing stuff, I thought that once you made a book, that's it. You were successful. You were famous. Suddenly, the world becomes real. But the hard facts is just that once you make the first thing, you got to make the other one. You got to make the other, and you got to keep constantly be persistent.
Consistency. So they say the brain doesn't, understand morale, right or wrong. It understands persistence and consistency, repetitiveness, and we understand that. So working here, having the opportunity to come here at the hub and do this with the kids, how do you see yourself aligning with the hub and what the opportunities here and the environment? Like, where do you see yourself aligning with that?
Right. The hub has honestly been almost like a second home to me this whole time. When I was originally in my university, I was one of the photographers and videographers for other startup companies, and I was able to take in a whole bunch of stuff from that, from those small internships and things. I was able to get a whole bunch of classmates to paint murals and everything. And from there, I was able to just realize, hey, I could maybe start kind of like maybe having my own team of people. I could maybe kind of learn how to be a leader, right? And it just kind of, the hub really emboldened me to move forward, just put my art in galleries and stuff, go out and make calls and meet people and just take the risks.
Got it. So, and what is that lasting feeling that, a kid or a student or anybody who's looking to come have an experience here with you, what is that one tangible thing they're going to be able to leave with?
Right. So my number one mission with Farlook Studios, with the hub, with everything that I do, frankly, my purpose here is just to inspire the next generation. It's just to instill with them, like, hey, anything that you create can change the world, right? The people who run the stuff, like, at the end of the day, people who make the big decisions aren't smarter than us. They're just as normal. They're just people, right? Flesh and blood at the end of the day. So I just want to really instill that message of you can do anything. Follow your dreams, because there is nothing else to it. You don't know. Tomorrow's not promised, right? There is no tomorrow. So just constantly show up every day for yourself and for others, because all we can do is serve the people. That's really
That's good. Well, listen, it definitely was a pleasure to just have you here. Where can people reach you? But what are your platforms that people can reach you on?
So my social medias is Reynet everywhere. FarlookStudios.com has my artwork, my portfolios and stuff. And yeah.
That's it. You guys got it, man. Mr. Ray here, man. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Appreciate it, man.
There is no try. It's either you do or you don't. Period. So success is not reaching a goal, but the progression of a goal, just to move forward every day. That close to success is not monetized. It's not actualized by an actual destination. It's more of a perspective that, hey, today I'm closer to that. So that's what I asked the mantra at night by. Yeah.
So Derrick, what exactly would you intend 10 years from now if you were able to see what your business does, what you've been able to kind of grow as a person? What kind of teams are you trying to build? What have you been able to accomplish?
One of my personal understandings of self that I've developed is this, that change is possible without growth, but growth is impossible without change. So things are going to ultimately not just change for me, but for the world. Because what I have for the world is the 2.0 perspective, that no matter where you are in your life, I did 20 years in prison. All right. I was recently released about a year and some days. Last week, I celebrated an anniversary. And being out and actualizing the 2.0 perspective of self, while I was in that place, I was able to change. I was able to see who I am. So in seeing who I am, I understood that God gave me a gift. which is to be a speaker. And he gave me a story. There's power in stories. So to answer your question, 10 years from now, I see me touching over about a good 20 million lives of just change and growth and where a person is, and letting them know, the world know, that no matter where you are, change is possible. Because I was able to administer peace inside of a place that it wasn't designed to have peace and purpose. Yes, it's the correctional system, but I was able to just get in there and run for myself despite the environment and be successful. And I use those exact things to transition out now. And no matter what environment I put myself in, I stay true to myself. And so from now, I would say that, my message of 2.0 having the effect of changing lives all over the world.
That's beautiful. I think it's actually an amazing thing to be able to accomplish that, to have to endure something so difficult and then bring that story and be able to lift others up. That's truly amazing feeling.
It's fulfilling for me. It does it. I was just having a conversation with a beautiful person, and I was letting this person know that it's their lives. Sometimes, of course, like when you understand that God's best you with something, so God made the world. So he made money. So money, it's going to come. But to be able to touch lives, if just meeting you here today and it changed something that you were going through, or that person that I was speaking with, and letting them know that, hey, if I was able to conquer 20 years in prison, like wherever you are in your life right now and you want to actualize a change, like it's possible, so that's my biggest message that I push.
And if I could ask you a question, so how did seeing other people going through the same difficulty, how were you able to take it a different way? How were you able to come out of it stronger?
Well, first and foremost, if I was to, you draw. Right? Okay. So when you draw a fingerprint here on the desk, right, we're going to look at it and we're going to say it's a fingerprint, right? Everybody can just start drawing. They do that. That's a fingerprint. It is so amazing that no single fingerprint is the same.
Mm-hmm.
That everybody's story is unique. So the way this guy responded to it, and I'm measuring up in a sense where I'm trying to understand, as a young man in the prison system at the age of 21, now I'm trying to see myself in the guy that's 40, because I got out when I was 40. So I see guys that's 30 years old, 35 years old. So I'm trying to see myself in them. And that's where I was going wrong. And that's where everybody in the world is going wrong. When you want to find out things about self, don't look out in a powerful song, a powerful movie, The Last Dragon, my favorite movie in the world. He went out looking for the master. He went out looking. He was a black guy dressed in Chinese wear. He was trying to find the master, and he didn't realize he looked everywhere but the original place, and that's inside. So even to see other people go through harsh situations and try not to do the thing of his story is my story, man, I understood my worth as a man. And that persevered me through and passed me through everything.
So I could see that film is definitely an influence in your life. And how was it? You basically had a whole movie experience as a life story. And where do you see it kind of growing from?
I see it growing to a way of life. The 2.0 being the way of life. Even for that movie, The Last Dragon, and it's amazing. Movies and art and music, that's our time machine. To see this movie and to know as a kid, I would be singing the song and dancing, when you got that glow, and singing these songs because it was part of the movie. But the lyrics of the song is this: when you reach the upper level, your mind, body, soul must be willing. It's a sacrifice and it takes hard work. It's the way of life. When you got the glow, you feel your soul. When you got the glow, your body knows it's the power of elevation. This is my favorite movie from a kid. So here it is. Hey, to not know that the lyrics of that song would resonate with my life. It said, to the darkest points of your life, you're going to be able to reach down inside of yourself and grab something and move forward. So yes, for my life to 20 years in prison and come out and actualize my purpose and then show the world and give them a template of what to do. Yeah, my life could be a movie that somebody else might see it and be like, hey, my favorite movie is the Derrick 2.0 and take it with them and change.
That's brilliant. Yeah. I've always heard like Kevin Hart saying, like, imagine if your life was like a book, right? How would you analyze that? And what would you want to be like the enduring quote from your book, from your story? What would you like to tell the world?
Ooh. Discipline will unlock it. Faith will fuel it. Your 2.0 is already in you. Derrick 2.0 is the proof. Awesome, sensational, phenomenal, all at once. That is key right there. People are gonna understand that discipline will unlock it, staying true, and understanding who you are and being disciplined, because in order you have to live like no one else so that later on you can live like no one else. That's Dave Ramsey. That's not me. Dave Ramsey he's an influence in my life too. But most definitely it would be that. Discipline will unlock it, faith will fuel it. Your 2.0 is already inside you. And just for me to come from 20 years in prison and then be walking in purpose, sitting here with this opportunity now with the hub is amazing. Is talking to Ms. Jackson earlier and just understanding when somebody has purpose and they have vision, it has to align, and we have to surround ourselves and create an ecosystem to exist together.
Wow. And I think it's a very beautiful thing, the message you're preaching. I think that the ideas that you put forward are absolutely brilliant. And I think it's been an absolute honor to have you on the show.
Listen, man, thank you so much, man. Your 2.0 is right there. I'm always tell people to put your 2 fingers on your temples, raise them, put them here, then bring them down in front of you. And that's how far you are from your 2.0. It's you. So just activate it. It's a pleasure.
Thanks.